I'm very interested in like education and
Of course.
yeah, and not only about the English education. Actually, my like real interest is just education itself. Because I have always thought I'm not satisfied with the education I got, so I wanted to find a better education. So recently, I have read some books. Some of the books are were about homeschooling or like IB education. I don't know if you heard about IB education. It's like international baccalaureate. Do you know baccalaureate? I don't know
Yes.
how.
Yes. Back.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah. Back. Man, I haven't said that word in a long time. I said it in high school because we had a program around that. Back year. Oh my God, how do you pronounce it? I'm
Baccalaureate,
so
yeah,
sorry.
that's from French, right? Like that's from France. So the baccalaureate, that is the entrance exam for French universities, as far as I know.
Baccalaureate.
Bac-
Baccalaureate.
oh, baccalaureate. Oh,
hmm
so there's T in the end,
hmm
baccalaureate. Because when we read in Korean, we always say baccalaureate, so there's no T sound in the end. So what I know is the baccalaureate is the entrance exam for French and French universities, and I international baccalaureate is a different one. Like
hmm
it was developed in Swiss or something like Swiss, and they try to make the international education because at first the reason they developed this education was because of the students whose parents are like diplomat,
hmm
so they need to go to all different places, like maybe every 2 years or 3 years.
hmm
So they needed a certain standardized education. Uh, so yeah, I heard that was the first reason they developed it, and now like 5,000 schools in the world are taking that system. In Korea, we don't have many schools for that. Only some international schools, like less than 10 schools in Korea, are taking that system. And those schools are really expensive.
I bet.
There are some people who try to make this change happen because they really want to change our education system,
Mhm.
and they think it is a good idea to bring that system, like international baccalaureate system, to like Korea. Yeah, so there are like 3 schools in Jeju Island where they started working on this system. Yeah, I thought it's interesting because like that system is very different.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that system is perfect, but
Of course.
at least the how can I say, the goal of the education is very different. Our entrance exam is focused on the knowledge, or like so you don't have to write an essay or something. Like it's just uh, choosing the answer,
Mhm.
one answer from out of 4 or 5 sentences.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So some people say that education is meant not made for future. I'm interested in this kind of education that helps us to think more.
Yes, 100% agree with you. Education systems in the world need a revamp. They are all
Rebound,
revamp.
revamp,
hmm Revamp. Do you understand?
renovation.
Yeah, kind of like a renovation. Exactly. Yes. They need to be revamped. They need to be redone. because at least like for the American education system as a whole, it was created a while back, of course, and the last person that ever did something to change it, his quote is, "I want to build people to be factory workers." That was his goal, because that's when it was the last converted. That's when it was last redone, when the Industrial Revolution happened. So you needed people to be able to do these simple tasks. It was not for open-minded people. So I agree with you, and I will admit, I'm trying to find, I don't remember the woman's name. There's a woman that created her own education system. You might even know about it. It's a super famous education system around the world. She only has a certain number of schools around the world. And basically, she teaches you, her students, well, she no longer teaches, she died a long time ago. But the curriculum is learning through hands-on. So the best example of it is that if you want to build an engine, the teacher will show you the engine and then give you all the tools in front of you, and you have to try to figure out how to build the engine. So you figure out what a screwdriver is by putting the screwdriver on the engine and figuring out what doesn't work until it works. So they don't teach you even about the tools. You just learn through doing.
Oh, I like that concept. Is that Montessori or something?
There you go.
Oh, that's the only thing I know, like something similar to that.
Yes.
Interesting. I actually saw this when I read a book about AI. So I recently read a book called Eight in like eight, but that's a Korean book, Korean author wrote. And he's talking about the future with AI, and he also mentioned Montessori, like in this book.
Yes, very, very famous schooling. I read about her when it was about Women's History Month, and I think it was phenomenal what she did. It was because of someone like you saw the education system, you didn't like it, so she did something about it because they wouldn't allow her to teach the way she wanted to teach. So she decided to do something about it. She created her own system.
Oh, maybe I need to look into that more. Oh yeah, I have so many things I want to talk to you.